The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of Worldwide Digital Broadcasting Corporation.
Whether she's walking the red carpet or doing interviews, you'll find her with celebrities and all the latest news. She's here, she's there, she's everywhere, she's always on the go. So sit back, relax, and get ready. This is the Corey Taylor Talks Show.
Wouldn't it be good? A watch for kids that watches out for them when you can't. A watch that sets their boundaries and tells you when they step outside them. A watch that lets you text them, lets you call them,
Hey there.
and them call you.
Hi, Mum.
Well, it's here. This is it. The TikTok Track Watch in 6 great colours at tiktoktrack.com.au. TikTok Track, the watch that watches out for them.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Corey Taylor Talks live from Las Vegas, the #1 teen talk show. Except tonight we are not live because we are actually pre-recording the show because I got invited to a really cool show that is actually premiering at the Stratosphere, and it's a big VIP event, and I'm super excited about it. It's a spy show, so that's going to be awesome. So I'm pre-recording today, but just so you guys know what today's show about, it's so cool. I'm so excited. As you guys are, I'm sure, aware, I headed over to the Oscars on Friday, and I just got back, and we went to the gifting suite, and they had some of the coolest products ever. And today we're focusing on one of my favorite products, and we're actually having the representatives from it because it's so cool, and it's just amazing, and I really think it will change a lot of stuff. And it's, if you especially have children, or in my case even my niece and nephew and stuff, it will be so amazing and useful to you. And it's incredible, and I'm so happy they thought of this, and it's just a really great safety thing to have. So I am so excited to have them on. So why don't we go over to them? TikTok Track, what's up?
Hi, Corey. Lovely to talk to you, and welcome all your listeners.
Oh, well, thank you so much for calling in. And you are calling in from Australia, right?
I'm actually still in Los Angeles. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
enjoying the sunshine in America at the moment, but I'm heading back to Australia on Friday.
Well, I am truly so excited to have you on because your product is incredible, and
Thank you.
it's not only so cool, it's such a great safety thing to have. So for some of the viewers that don't know, why don't you explain a little bit about what it is?
Sure. So TikTok Track is a watch. It's a safety watch that can be used. It links to a software platform that you can download as an app on your phone, and then your friends or your parents, whoever logs into the app, can see where you are, so they can see your location. It has an emergency button on there, so if you feel unsafe or in a situation where you need help, you can press that. Sends a text message to the people whose numbers you link to it, letting them know that you're in trouble and giving them a link to where you're located. But the cool part about it is that it's got a SIM card in it, so you can call people and people can call you from the watch and you can talk to them. So if you need to get hold of them and you don't have a cell phone, or it's run out of battery, or it's run out of credit, you can call them from your watch.
Yeah, well, I have to say, one of my favorite features about it was how you could set boundaries.
Sure.
And when they step over the boundaries, it warns your phone and stuff. That is so amazing and so smart. And I mean, because kids especially, they might not know what they're getting into, or they might have just roamed off a little too far, and then you're like, oh my gosh, where'd they go? But it sends a notification to your phone right away, and then you can just call them right then and there. It's a great thing.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I mean, it's even good for knowing when someone arrives at a location. So if your child is going down the street to a friend's place to play, you can set a boundary around their area, and then you can get an alert when they actually arrive at the house. And then you can get an alert, as you say, if they were at school during the day and they left school, you can get an alert to let you know when they're outside of that boundary. So it just allows you to not worry about your friend or your child, and know that you've got that peace of mind that they're safe when they're wearing their watch.
Exactly. Exactly. And we had The Voice on with us today too, and The Voice wanted to say something.
Hi, I was also at the Oscar event, and I was there with Corey. I'm her manager, and I saw your booth. And I have to tell you, what I thought was so awesome about it was, it's perfect for little kids because little kids, they're really not responsible enough to have a cell phone because they drop them, they lose them, they break them. People steal them. But a watch on the child's wrist is so awesome because it's not going to fall off, it's not going to come off. They're not going to leave it somewhere. And you and your partner there actually kind of demonstrated it and called your daughter, or it was her daughter. I think it was actually her daughter, and it was just amazing because I thought I have 2 little grandkids, and that's the first thing that popped in my mind was wow, because you want to get them a cell phone to keep them safe, but it's a big investment, and they usually lose them or break them, and schools don't allow them a lot, with kids. So by having a watch, you have just completely taking care of all those problems, and it's such an awesome safety thing, especially as horrible as the world is nowadays, and all the sex trafficking and taking these kids and just kidnapping them, and even just a kid that might be lost or getting bullied, or there's a million things to do, and it's not just for children either. It's a great thing for an elderly person, or maybe someone that has some mental incapabilities, whatever, to help them as well. So it's not like a kid's thing. Although I'm sure it's more designed for that, but there's so many different ways and people you can use it for. We thought it was like the best thing at the whole, swag bag event. We were really completely, just loving your product, and you ladies too. You could tell you cared about it. It wasn't, I'm just selling this to make money. We care about keeping safe people safe, and it was amazing. So I just had to really kind of barge in there on Corey's thing and tell you that, because they had so many wonderful, amazing products, but yours was, to me, by far, if not the best, definitely one of the best.
Thank you. I really appreciate that feedback, and that's lovely to hear, because we've been selling the product in Australia now for 3 years, and when you talk about the passion, that's so true, because I created the solution for my son when he was starting school, and I wanted something for him to keep him safe. And so really for us as a company, it's been about creating a solution that's keeping people safe. And we're all about educating children on safety. We've been writing books on bullying and stranger danger, and trying to find ways of giving young people and children some kind of, giving them some power and some ability that they can contact their parent or their carer if they feel unsafe, rather than not having a voice, so to speak. So it's really been a journey of love for us in terms of creating something that we're passionate about, that's hopefully going to make a difference. And for us, coming to America was a really good opportunity for us to share that with the American public, and hopefully generate interest so that we can then launch the product here in the US later in the year. So it's really good to hear that feedback, and I thank you for that.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And I want to also really bring up the fact that along with cell phones, that's the first thing someone's going to look for. If God forbid, and I hate to even bring it up, but it's just the reality of life, if there is a kidnapper or sexual predator or something, the first thing they're going to look for on a kid is a cell phone, of course. They're probably not even going to think twice about a watch. So,
sure.
And it doesn't fall off of their wrist, God forbid. It's not going to fall anywhere. It's going to stay on there. It's so unbelievably smart. And just push the button, and something's up, and they can get a hold of somebody, and it tracks them as well, which is amazing.
Yeah, and the good thing about our emergency button is that when they press the button, it will call the phone number of the people that you've got linked to your watch. But what it does is it shuts off the speaker on the watch. So when you answer your phone, you can hear what's going on, and you can listen in to assess the situation, but it doesn't make any sound out of the watch. So if the child has been taken and they press the emergency alert, it's not going to let anyone know. It's really discreet.
That is so cool. And I gotta say too, even a personal experience of mine, this was in middle school. I used to walk home from school, and I would always stay on the phone with my mom. And one time, a gang literally started chasing me down the street.
Oh, really?
But I was on the phone with my mom, so she couldn't hang up and call 911 because she was worried about listening to me and listening what was happening.
Sure.
So if I had this watch, the situation could have been so much better, and it could have been handled right away, and the police could have been contacted right away. But unfortunately I didn't, and things, thank God, did work out. But, you know, it was so scary, especially because I knew she couldn't call the police because she was on the phone with me, so.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a perfect example of where it could potentially help someone in a situation where they feel unsafe or they're faced with a scenario like that. I mean, we've even got teenagers, like young girls that like to go running of an evening for exercise, and a lot of the time they don't want to have to try and carry their phone with them because they're worried they're going to drop it. It's an extra thing to carry. But the watch allows them the ability to make a call if they need. If they feel in trouble, they've got the emergency button, and then whoever they live with can see where they are via the tracking as well, so that they know where they are when they're going for their run and when they should be home. So it has other applications beyond what I initially designed it for, and that was for young children, but it does seem to be extending into that sort of teen market, and as you say, adult market with Alzheimer's or dementia sufferers.
Yeah, well, even for people with Alzheimer's and stuff, I mean, really, for everyone, it's a product for everybody. Yeah, I mean, I just truly, when I saw this, I was like, oh my God, finally, there's something there, like, and it's there, and you know, and it's so cool that you thought of it. I mean, was it because of your son that made you think of this idea?
Yeah, well, I mean, he was starting school, and the school that he went to was on a really large area of land, and I was sort of worried, well, what would happen if he wandered off? Would anybody notice he was missing?
Exactly.
So I started researching safety devices and coming up with ideas, and just thought the watch would be the best solution. And at that point, there was nothing available on the market for children. There was GPS watches for adults, but nothing for children.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't have a technical background or a SIM card telecommunications background, but I just started researching and found some manufacturers that I met with and went through the design process, and generally just asked lots of questions along the way to come up with the product that is now TikTok Track, and which we launched in 2014. So it's been going really well in Australia, and the software that's behind it we developed ourselves so that we can ensure that it really met all the needs of our customers. And so now we're developing our new 3G version, which we hope to have available mid to late this year, which will be a touchscreen model, and have a few extra features on it to the one you would have seen at the gifting suite. So we're just trying to get people, if they're interested in America, to just register their interest on our website so that we can keep them informed and let them know when it's ready for release here.
Awesome. And have you had any people actually contact you and tell you, like, it saved them or something, or it saved their child? Like, have you had any of that?
Sure. In Australia, we've had some amazing stories. We had one particular father whose wife and daughter were travelling to Europe, and so because it's a SIM card, we can add roaming onto it. So she took her watch with her when they went to Europe, and she was in Paris when they had the Charlie Hebdo magazine bombing. And unfortunately, he couldn't contact his wife on her phone because the towers were down, but he was able to call her on a watch, and he could hear the sirens in the background, and he was able to talk to her and calm her down in that situation, and he found the watch invaluable in that situation.
Absolutely.
And then we've had other situations where people have been at risk and they've run off, and the police have then called us and said, can you help us track the child? And we've been able to help them find the location, and we've had autistic children that have run off, that their parents have been able to locate them in a local park because they've had the watch on rather than just not knowing where to start looking. So it does seem to be helping a lot of people, which I'm really thankful for.
That's incredible. I mean, truly, and that's just right there. And that's so cool, too, that it worked when all the cell phone lines are down, too. That's super important because, unfortunately, you never know when a mass hysteria is going to happen, and that's a really amazing thing. Yeah, and I think just for a child, having their parent be able to contact them and help calm them in a situation like that is really important. So the good thing about the watch is that only the numbers that you link to it are able to call it, and the watch is only able to call those numbers. So you're not going to have a situation where somebody
randomly dials your cell phone number and is talking to your child on their cell phone when they shouldn't be. And likewise, your child isn't then going to be able to call someone that isn't linked to their watch. So there's that added sort of layer of safety as well with regards to who your child can and can't talk to.
Right, that is a great feature as well. And I also saw online, which I thought was kind of cool. You can actually rent the watch and do it, and I think that's perfect for, especially if you're traveling somewhere unknown. That's cool.
Yeah. So in Australia, we introduced the rental program probably about 18 months ago because we found there was some families that didn't need it day to day, but when they went overseas on holiday, they would like to have something for some peace of mind when they were traveling with their children. So, as you say, it's perfect for when you're going on vacation and you need something to take with your children for that sort of added peace of mind, and it's been very popular in Australia, that option.
And do you know when it will be available in America?
Well, we've just reached the prototype stage with the model, so probably in the next few weeks we'll start going into product testing, and then we'll have to go through a process of compliance within the US. So I'm hoping towards the middle to the end of this year that it hopefully will be available here. But we have a US website, TikTokTrack.com, that people can go to and register their interest. And then we will just send them regular newsletters and updates and pictures as we progress through the development stage.
Awesome. And if you need any help with the testing, I'm in Vegas. I would love to help you guys too.
Yeah, for sure. When we've got something ready to test, we'll definitely get one over to you, and you can let us know what it's like and give us some feedback. That would be wonderful.
Yeah, I'm truly so excited about this product, and I had no idea anything like this was available. And it looks so simple for a child to use too, which is very important when they're developing their skills as well. And if there is some issues with learning disabilities or whatever, that is so important, and it's so simple for them to use. So really, this amazing product. You thought of everything, even the speaker being turned off when you push the emergency button. I mean, you thought of everything. That's great.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, and hopefully we'll be able to come back out here soon and launch the product here in America.
Absolutely. And when you do, if you anywhere near Vegas, I'd love to have you in studio and do a demonstration and everything, because truly, I mean, so cool. And they're adorable too. I love the watches. They come in all the cute colors. I like the pink one the best, of course, but I love all of them. They're so cute.
Oh, good. Oh, thank you. Well, yeah, I'd love to come and visit you out in Vegas. That would be fantastic. I'll definitely let you know when we're next out here.
Awesome. Well, truly, thank you so much again. Please tell everyone where they can get a hold of you, find the products, sign up for the list. If they're in available already, like Australia, where they could do that. So all your websites and everything. Yes,
sure. So the US website where you can register your interest for the American model is TikTokTrack.com. So that's TikTokTrack.com. Our Twitter handle is TikTokTrack. Our Facebook page on TikTokTrack. If you go and visit us on Facebook, we have a lot of information that we post on there, not just on the watch, but also on general safety information, looking after yourself, healthy eating, stranger danger, bullying, that sort of stuff. We post a lot of that information on our Facebook page. And yeah, on any of our websites, if you want to drop us a line, if you've got any questions, or if you'd like any further information, you can email us through our website.
Awesome. Well, thank you truly so much for calling in. I mean, like the voice, it absolutely stole the show at the Oscars. Everyone, all the celebrities were interested too, because even if you don't have a kid yourself, you know a kid, you know someone who needs it, not necessarily a kid, even a teenage girl, like you said, or a boy, or teenagers in general, older, elderly people with mental disabilities. I mean, everything. It's so good.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for having me on. I've really enjoyed talking to you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. You're incredible, and truly thank you for sharing your product with everyone.
Thank you so much. You have a good evening.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, that was awesome. Again, great product. If you're interested, which I'm sure everyone should be interested, because you know somebody that would need it, please go to the websites if you're in America. Register for the list, and hopefully when they do come out in America, I will also do another show about it and everything. And hopefully, too, we could get her down here and be able to do a live demonstration and everything. I mean, such a useful, incredible safety tool for everyone, and I mean, just amazing. So please go check it out, support them, because what they're trying to do is so cool. Once again, please go check out TikTok Track. That was amazing. And at the end of this show, I will also be playing a video of theirs because it shows a little bit more about the product, and it's really, really cool, and you'll actually be able to see it, and so awesome. And I also want to get a quick shout out to my sponsors, Mikey and Alex from The Other Side, who I had on a few weeks back. They're so cool. I'm obsessed with conspiracy theories. I'm obsessed with ghosts. So, I mean, I love them so much. I've known them for years, and they're great guys, and they're actually honest, and they don't make up and say, "Ooh, did you hear that?" or "Oh, did you see that fall as they're pulling a string?" They're genuine, truthfully got everything on camera, and they're such good, amazing people, and it's completely 100% real. And trust me, I've been there before, and I've done ghost hunts with them, and every single time I've done a ghost hunt with them, stuff has happened. But even then, sometimes they've done ghost hunts and nothing happened, but they don't lie about it, and they're completely honest, and that is what's so cool about them, and that's why I adore them so much, because they are truthful about everything, and that's why they say they're the truth behind the paranormal and now conspiracy theories. Although I disagree with some of their point of views, but that's because we get along out. We can chat about it, and they're so cool, and they're open to everyone chatting about them. So please go check out The Other Sides with a Z. They're on Facebook. They have a website, everything. Check them out. Great guys. Great company. I'm so excited, and we're going to be doing ghost hunts soon. They promised me that I can go with them, so I'm so excited. And yeah, and hopefully we'll have them on soon again too, and we can talk more about conspiracy theories and ghosts. So get ready, it's going to be cool. But now let's talk about the Oscars. First off, I was at the gifting suites, and that's how I actually found out about TikTok Track. And there are a lot of amazing products there, and I had the opportunity to interview some incredible people that I've looked up to for years. And hopefully that video will be coming out very soon, and you'll get to see all the people I talked to. And I asked a very good question, I think, and some people were like right to answer, and some people took them like 10 minutes, but it was great, and everyone really had a good time. It was a fun show, and I really liked it, and it was such a great opportunity. Celebrity Connected, and we also had Carcass Studios out there helping us, so it was really cool. We had a fun time, and it was awesome. And so get ready for the video that's going to be coming out. And then let's talk about the actual Oscars award show. Probably the most eventful Oscars there's been, if not ever, in a very, very, very long time. I mean, there was a big mistake. They brought in fans, so let's just go over everything. So at the beginning of the show, Jimmy Kimmel killed it, and he did great, and he was funny. And I love Jimmy Kimmel because he's from Vegas, so he's representing us over here. But he's hysterical. And actually, fun fact I do want to share with everyone, my aunt actually used to babysit Jimmy Kimmel when he was a kid, so I think that's really cool. She's actually my second aunt. She's my mom's aunt, but she's still my aunt. So I thought that was really, really cool. So Jimmy Kimmel did amazing. He killed it. He was funny. And then Casey Affleck, a bunch of awards went on, obviously, and there was a bunch of incredible performances, including from Moana and stuff, and it was a great show. But then Casey Affleck won Best Actor, and I honestly didn't know he had all this controversy against him. But when I did find out, I was kind of like, whoa, and I was shocked along with everyone else that he actually won the Oscar, because a few years back he was charged with sexual harassment and stuff for sexually harassing these producers and stuff on set. And so that was kind of interesting that he still won Best Actor after having all these problems in Hollywood doing films. And so I think it's kind of interesting that they chose to do him as Best Actor, even though his performance was great and everything. But it's also about being professional on set and everything. And although people do make mistakes, there was only like a year or two ago, so I don't know, but I don't think he ever made an apology about it either, so there's that. Then Emma Stone won Best Actress. Again, it came with a lot of controversy. I like Emma Stone a lot. I thought she did great in La La Land, so I liked her a lot, and I think she deserved it, but everyone did do great there. And then the final award came, and that's when things got crazy. I don't know where you've been if you haven't heard what happened, because it was just insanity. But basically, Warren Beatty announced that, or actually the girl with him actually technically announced that La La Land won Best Picture. And of course, the whole crew and everyone got super excited, and it was a big celebration. And they just won the most important award of the whole entire night. So they got up stage. They were so cool. They started doing their speeches, and then all of a sudden it was like, wait. It was the wrong envelope. Actually, Moonlight won. And so that's when everyone was just like, what happened? And Meryl Streep, who I absolutely adore, she made the funniest face, and everyone in the audience was just shocked, and everyone at home too, I'm sure. And even though Moonlight was great, and I personally think it deserved it, it's just shocking that they screwed up the thing, and especially this reminded a lot of people about Steve Harvey when he accidentally announced the wrong Miss Universe. So it brought up a lot of memories for a lot of people, but it was a crazy thing. And then the Moonlight producers came up, and the La La Land cast and everyone and the producers, they handled it very well, especially the producers. They were so gracious, and they're like, Moonlight completely deserved it. We're so happy for them, and I thought that was really cool, because in that situation, you want to say, yeah, I remain cordial and stuff, but you never know until you're actually in that situation. And I mean, you just lost like the most important thing in the world at that particular second, and it was all fake, and so that would be horrifying, and I'm sure that was just like one of the worst moments for those poor people. But it was Moonlight who won Best Picture. They were great, and I could tell they felt really bad too, even though they were excited because they just won, but they felt bad that what happened. And I liked what Jimmy Kimmel did. He was trying, and he was like, why don't we just give them all awards? He's like, this is horrible what just happened to them. And I agree, everyone should have gotten an award because we were both great films, but unfortunately the Academy cannot do that. But it was very, very sad, but I guess everything worked out in the end. And then afterwards, it was about, I guess they had 2 envelopes for each award, which is a little weird. But everyone thought he was kind of blaming Emma Stone for giving him the wrong envelope. But Emma Stone was like, no, I had my envelope, but the whole thing was that there was actually a second envelope, and he was handed the wrong one. So that it was a big, crazy night, a fiasco night, but I think everything turned out at the end except for the poor La La Land people, but they still won a bunch of awards, so it's not too bad, but they lost the most important one after thinking they won, so that was a little sad, but Moonlight did great, and they won it, so it was a great eventful night. Truly one of the craziest things I've ever seen. I don't think anyone expected that to happen, especially not at the Academy Awards. I mean, you could see it, but the Academies, you would never ever in a million years think anything like that would happen, but it did, so hopefully. Oh, and I do want to talk about that conspiracy really quick, because as I said before, I am a conspiracy theorist. A lot of people are thinking, hey, did they do that on purpose because their views have been down a little bit? Last year, of course, I'm sure everyone knows, they were called out for being racist and stuff. So their views went down a lot in the past few years, and so they're thinking, did they purposely do this so they would get more people watching and more people talking about it and stuff? Even though they have like the most views out of every single award show ever, their views are going down and down each year. And so they're like, maybe this brought it back up, kind of how a lot of people thought the Miss Universe thing with Steve Harvey was also done on purpose. And I think the actual people that it happened to were involved in it, but I think like the other people who made a second envelope, which is weird in the first place, but I think maybe they had something to do with it. I think so. Maybe not. Maybe it was just a horrible mistake and misunderstanding, but it was a little weird what happened, and something you wouldn't ever expect would happen. So, and I don't know how you mix up a envelope, whoever handed it to him. I don't know how you accidentally mix up Best Actress with Best Picture, especially like the most important awards. So I don't know. That was interesting that I did want to bring up, because I was like, and a lot of people were like, especially how big Miss Universe got after what happened with Steve Harvey, and then almost the same exact thing happened. So interesting things for you to think about. But anyways, I still love the Academy Awards. My biggest goal in life is to win an Academy Award for Best Actress, or anything. I'll take it for anything. I just really want an Academy Award. In fact, I recently got a giant 10-foot Academy Award. It's in my living room, and I love it, and it's so cool. But I'm obsessed with it. But anyways, this Academy Award season was great. And I was so happy to be a part of the Celebrity Connected Gifting Suites, and also seeing all the cool products they have, and interviewing all the amazing people I interviewed. And again, those will be up soon, hopefully in the next few weeks. The videos will be up, and I'll share it everywhere, and I will also play it on the show, so get that. And oh yeah, before I go to, I also want to bring up, I went to the Hollywood Museum of Death. I wanted to go for years, and I finally was able to go because we had enough time in our schedule. It was so cool. It was like, oh yay, or not yay, I guess, but still, our producer found a sound effect. I love it. But it was creepy. It was a little uneasy, but I did like it. I learned a lot. And it was, I've always been a fan of like horror and stuff, but it's kind of sad to see like it in real life and know like this actually happened and it wasn't a movie. So it was very creepy and like unsettling, but it was cool, and I think it's interesting to learn different stuff. So I really, really liked it. So if you're into that stuff and you don't have too much of a sensitive stomach, go check it out. It was great. It was fun. Everything. It's a giant skull on Hollywood Boulevard. It's really, really cool. So go check it out if you're down in LA. And I think they're also opening one in New Orleans. So get ready for that as well. But yeah, so great week in Hollywood. It was so much fun. I always love going down there. We got to check out some really cool things, and it was a lot of fun. And I'm so excited for you guys to see the interviews, because there were some really, really cool people that I was like, I can't believe I'm interviewing them. But it was fun. And I also got an exclusive. I will say this. I got an exclusive from the TV show Jane the Virgin. If you guys don't know about the season finale and a really important character died and everything, well, I got an interview with the real life guy who played that character, and he told me some interesting stuff. So get ready for it, because I got an exclusive, a really big exclusive. I was so excited. He was just the nicest guy in the world too. So get ready for that, because that's going to be huge. But again, I'm so excited for you guys to see it. Hopefully in the next few weeks. And I might even put out that little video just with his particular interview, because it was a huge exclusive that I'm really excited about. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Please go check out the watch. We're about to play the video in a second at the end of the show. Check them out. If you're in America and it's not available where you are, go to their website, sign up for their lists, so when it does come to your area, you will be able to get in. They'll inform you. It's so smart, and it's such a safe thing to have. No matter who you are, you can really use it, or at least if you don't think you need it, which you do, you know somebody who does need it. I know you do. You just have to know somebody. So please go check it out. It's a life-changing product that will be so important. It looks so simple to use, and it's going to change a lot of lives and hopefully save a lot of lives. I really think it will. It sounds like it already has. So please go check it out. And thank you guys so much for watching. Get ready for my Oscars video coming out soon. Oh, yes, and get ready for the TikTok video playing after this. But thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, never give up, always believe, and you'll achieve. Thank you, and God bless.